Today was an amazing culmination of our sneaker lab in Chicago, and the representation that we saw today was phenomenal. We saw young people design sneakers that represented the best of their community. They talked about having pride in their race, pride in their gender, and realizing that they can be the change makers that not only transforms their own lives, but transforms their block, transforms Chicago, and they can transform the globe. And the healing that came from students being heard from an institution like the Chicago PD, who was so happy to be here, and they played spades and spoons and things with the kids, but they also helped them to design shoes and presentations that talked about how they could change the world. A perfect day in their community without gun violence and without poverty.
So today, I'm able to be a part of the panel and talk to some young students and kind of just give them the inspiration just to give back, so let them know like, hey, they can be in my spot in a couple years as well, as long as they stay on point and do the things they're supposed to do.
Everybody's getting into groups, about to partner up, I guess, do some baseball, some drills. Everybody's just getting acquainted, and that's where we at.
When I was growing up, I didn't have the social media. When I was growing up, I had to figure it out, right? Knowing that they have social media now, they can create their own platform. If they're artists, if they're in the music, they're in the shoe design, they can do that now.
Being in the community that we're in, a lot of our young people usually aim for music or sports. But to have young men that are the same color, around the same age, come and say, you know what, it's other opportunities outside of the basketball court, outside of playing sports. Yeah, I think that was kind of inspiring.
And I wish I had somebody like myself there when I was going through the journey, so I'm just trying to pay it forward and give back to those kids.
So my name is Angel Novalis. I'm the Chief of Constitutional Policing and Reform. I work for the Chicago Police Department. It's a wonderful day coming out here and spending time with the folks from Beyond the Ball, and most importantly, all the young folk that are here, and that energy. It's great because the informal conversations that they're having here are incredibly important to us, because when our officers go back on the street, they have an understanding. So they may deal with young folk a little different, because there's that sense of understanding of what the young folk are going through, how they respond, and now they at least know how to deal with it, so it's great.
I feel like this, like whatever color you want to mix, you have to get the lighter color and then like a dab of the other color.
These young kids behind me, whatever they're creating, next 5 to 10 years, they're creating the culture and they're telling us what's cool, right? So that's where the culture really comes in, and I'm glad we're honing in on those talents and giving them a platform to lean into that, because they wouldn't have had that without programs like Beyond the Ball.
I'm Officer Stewart, Chicago Police Department, and today I'm here with Sneaker Lab. Oh man, my team represented well. They did a great job, and honestly, they did everything themselves.
And I think they're very smart. They know a lot about technology. So
they definitely do. They definitely
very innovative, very creative too. I agree with you on that.
Healing always starts with listening to our youth. I think a lot of times, as we get older, we tend to tell the youth on what to do, and we don't listen to the youth.
I think I started lying because of people in my house.
It's the crowd.
You started laughing.
What? Yes, like you know.
I hope they understand that they already, when they go apply for jobs and someone asks if it's a job with Nike or any other shoe company, they may ask them, do they have experience in marketing or with shoes, and they can say they really honestly do have that experience by this event.
I think this is a great thing, because then they get an opportunity to see the human aspect of us, a different side of us, and they get to see themselves within us and see, oh man, you're just like me, you came from the same neighborhood as me, or you like the same things as me, or the fact that I can work with this individual, and now when they see me on the street, or I see them, it's a positive interaction.
My name is Jermaine Harris. I'm a sergeant with the Chicago Police Department. Specifically, I work in community policing, and one of those main jobs and the focus in that type of work is really working within community, building relationships in order to improve quality of life, but also address crime and violence.
We got a phone call that an awesome opportunity was taking place in Chicago, and when I heard about the organization Beyond the Ball and Erica Mollett and the work that she was doing, the fact that this 3-day experience would actually be an immersion between career exploration, personal development, and the young people would get like this Nike gift card at the end, I knew that that would be an experience that would enhance what we were already offering our young people. So it was a no-brainer.
Doing this amazing event, watching these kids go from a little spectacle in the front to actually knocking it out of the park and being confident for this final showing.
As it played out, I didn't know the backstory. So you see how we go right away for the first thing we seen, and we're just like, oh, the fans were mad, they threw stuff. But then it's like, that don't make sense, because it's like, it wasn't worth it.
Key for these events is more of getting an understanding and actually having the communication between the youth and then the law enforcement and even adults, because I feel that there's a disconnect in communication. So I think these events help us interpret some of the things that they're saying, and it's not aggressive, it's just the slang that they have, so it's kind of like learning it and going back and forth.
I want to give a big thank you to all of the nonprofits that were part of this, Kids Off the Block, Girls Like Me, 3C Working, as well as Heal America for funding this opportunity to really bring healing, restoration, and hope to the communities of Chicago. We'll be back.
Come outside the city, relax, breathe, and experience something. And even if nobody else knows it, like a lot of lives been changed. Their brains will never be able to go back because they've been exposed to stuff that they've never seen before.